Over here, friend. We should talk. If I'm right, Nantharian is planning to set off a massive wild burn, enough to destroy Skingrad and cover the entire Weald forest. Take a look at the skein, and you'll see the sites I'm referring to.
Maybe it happens.
I think they
because
can lead us to
Skingrad and
Nantharian.
Oblivion.
I'm not sure. If I understand the story of the relics, they were made to counter Athelia, and she has the power to avoid detection. Hence, the unseen. My guess is the skein can't spot her directly, but instead looks for places she exerts her power.
On the monster drinks tonight.
From what we can tell, the staff is Athelia's relic, filled with her power. Right now, since Athelia doesn't seem to be exerting any power of her own, the skein has focused on the staff. Lucky for us, Nantharian has that, and we need to find him. The lamp only revealed hidden objects close by, and I think you need a clear idea of where you want to go to open a portal with Abolisher. Not since we left for Neri Osterray. Laramil said that while we looked for the skein, she'd continue her search for Torvasad. She expected that might take her far beyond Westweald. I wish she were back. She understands all this better than I do. Daedric relics are her specialty, not mine. Laramil could have figured out how to use the Skein of Secrets with a single glance.
Man, what is this? Like... some weird shit.
See what I mean? See how the map shifted and those marks appeared? I'm pretty sure they indicate places where the staff... You're not wrong, but what in life is ever guaranteed? No matter. We need to find out exactly what Nantharian did at these locations.
Guaranteed.
And something... The one to the north might be Turthil Farm. It's a remote homestead. The other one looks like Hastrel Hollow. There's a ruined tower nearby. You should travel while you search the...
Alright. Where the hell am I?
We might be able to avoid a pitched battle if we find a clever way to sabotage his plans.
I doubt it will be that easy. And I intend to make sure Nantharian doesn't escape again.
So many goddamn minions. Alrighty, then you have a teleporter, I think. I like how the rest of Cyrodiil is just like burning. This place is okay. Slightly okay.
Did you hear? The king of Vashabar. He's the leader of the Recollection.
I knew those Vashabar Wood Elves were to blame for...
You know what's beautiful? If I were to name, which is really shit, but I'm really bad at names. Where am I going? Alright, fuck it. She did that, like, she became very well known amongst the community by singing the Dragonborn song. Right, Miraluka, I think her name is. And she ended up on this. She was hired by the team that made this as a travelling bard. So you'll actually find her as a Wood Elven bard, maybe a couple of others. And also, she did one of the songs for The Elder Scrolls Online song. The one with Moonleg Ball. I can actually play it really quickly. If I could go find it, because I actually brought the pack, which is something. Where did I put it? Is it all the way down the bottom? Yeah, it's called Beauty of Dawn. So this actually, like, isn't her take on it. This is actually her song that she did for the Zenimax. She's actually highblind, though, actually. And I've always wondered, like, big old terror bed. I've always wondered, where the fuck? This way. Oh, nice. I've always wondered, like, why no one made a mod of her in Skyrim. No doubt she would have had to be hired, and people have hired voice actors before. So why not, like, hire and turn into a travelling lord that, you know, that's a bard and stuff? That'd be sick. I'm running in the wrong direction, aren't I? I know it. Idiot. That's rude. You're not even my horse to kill you.
Heroes will rise as the anchors fall. Brave the strive, reclaim every soul that belongs to the beauty of dawn.
Careful, stranger. The ones who murdered my friends are close. They may return it. This camp is lost and my companions are dead. Evidence of the Recollection's crimes. The Recollection happened. I was out scouting when they attacked our camp. Most of them were gone by the time I returned, which is the only reason I didn't die with my companions. We came here to hunt our enemies, but we became the hunted instead. Greenspeaker Darolith told everyone in Vashabar about the false king and his Wildburn seeds. She said we needed to find the Recollection and stop them from planting more seeds. We were but one group sent out, but the Recollection found us first. A number of them went into the ruin to the east. I think they're still inside. I would go in after them, but there are too many for me. Nantharian is no king of mine. Not anymore. Using corrupted magic like the Wildburn. It's a betrayal of the Green. My companions felt that way too. I didn't see him here, stranger, but he could be.
Probably no matter which one we visit, it will still, no matter what, he'll be at the last one. Now, as a good friend of mine would say, let's kill something!
This ancient shrine will awaken. Its power will help fill the well of Mistkarkan.
We will guard the seed with our lives, my king.
Good. I like killing things. Should choose a different weapon though, than a battle axe. More of a Nordic thing. Fuck. Oh. What a weird cat is that? Man, I was hoping you were a summon. Good dear, bloody cat. God, these guys going some wild shit. This is actually my homeland, you sons of bitches, okay?
We have no idea what's about to happen.
Why make such steep goddamn walkways? Roger, where I gotta go now? A bit of a long ride. My goodness. Old roleplay guilds. I can't do it on this. Like, I can't do it in MMO games, bro. Like, I can play a character and do a story, but I don't know. Online roleplay just weeds me out. Must be like a first experience thing. Like, you know, it was just awkward the first time it ever happened in Star Wars: The Old Republic. Like the first time you're with someone, you know, it's gonna be a beautiful experience with a woman or man you like, or it's your uncle, so it's going to be rather awkward. And my first one was awkward. Yeah, I had someone just randomly, abruptly message me telling me that, you know, those who were not Sith were like weak wrongdoers, some shit. Wait, am I going to be able to like walk out of this? The last thing I want to do is start a goddamn boss fight. And it's pretty. This is like really pretty. Oh, what's pretty?
Go around!
That's safe. Wearing Imperial armor. Or Breton armor. Looks like they're wearing Breton armor. Wait, do I not hit you? Some laggy shit. Looks like Breton gear. Naughty for that, don't care. Is that a fucking mammoth, bro? My god. Skin guard, a good guard, huh? This is somewhat civilized.
so fine. Assert little rubies crown.
He told the missus something bad.
Hang the blankets and
I need a merchant, good sir. Any merchants? This shit I could steal, probably. I could steal all this Ooh, I couldn't. No. Would be kind of unnatural to steal in a place that's got no one in it. We do have goats though, so I would love this place. Oh man, it's all up cliff. Where is the local... Pretty sure back in the day, you got too deep into the water, it would you off your horse. It's really cool that that doesn't happen anymore.
Only fools challenge king.
Fucking, am I trapped inside? My god. My god. Very nice, cool spell that was. Nice little detail there, like you fell into it. There it is.
This place should serve. Tell Nantharian to bring a seed here. And suggest he guard this seed better than the last few.
Gotta get back here so I get a freaking way shrine. What on God's green earth is that thing? Ah, that was a giant crab. The last thing Pterodon fucking mud crab on roids. There it is.
Did you hear? The King of Vashabar. He's the leader of the Recollection.
It's kind of cool though, like they had like a PvP server, so like if you were caught out here in Cyrodiil by other, like in the towns you can't obviously attack each other, but
An adventurer to stop the
you could
Recollection.
openly kill each other out in the wild. Because you'd have all three factions trying to like vie for this or that.
You're back! I had a feeling you'd return soon. The skein of secrets changed while I was studying it. The sites I sent you to investigate faded away. I presume you accomplished something at both locations? Tell me, what did you find? I had hoped that we put an end to the Wildburn threat when we interrupted Nantharian's ritual at Hope Root. What did you do about the seeds? The Recollection grows more violent and reckless. Until Nantharian is defeated, no one is safe. Did you learn anything about where Nantharian was heading next? Wellsprings of power? Huh. I've got no idea. All right. If you destroyed the seeds the Recollection planted, they'll need to replace them. That means we still have a chance to find... That's Fort Dirich, an old watchtower to the northwest of Skingrad. I'll meet you there, friend.
I'm trying to dye kit so I can dye my armor. Black and gold always looks sick. Where is that friggin' thing?
Did you hear? The King of Vashabar. He's the leader of the Recollection.
I knew those Vashabar would help you to blame for all this.
Where do you want me to go? I'm just gonna go here. Never shows you the outside map. Well, I thought since it was gonna put me here, it's gonna put me back in this location. Friggin'. Oh, my bad. Oh, this is a nice little spot. Oh my god. Take your secret lover from your, like, estate, yeah, and make sweet, passionate love out of you. Yes, come whack me so you can bugger off. It's a nice little spot. What is that? A Minotaur. Well, I wouldn't suggest making sweet love to your partner out there. Especially when that thing's watching.
I told you the fort's seen better days. Let's look around a little.
This does look like your typical Oblivion fort. It really does. My goodness. It's probably in Oblivion.
That poor beast has been corrupted by Wildburn. But what's it doing here? Look! There's a passage behind that rubble. I think someone's been down here. Let's
Well,
see if we can
no
find
shit,
a
mate.
Wildburn
The fires are
seed.
lit, you know? That's a little too easy. Oh, multiple seeds.
Over there, a Wildburn seed. That's one seed. It looks like there's another one deeper in.
The Wildburn is but a tool, my prince. A way to awaken the alien magic sleeping beneath this land.
Yes, the Well of Miskakan. I remember it now.
Miskakan was the ancient realm of my ancestors, my prince. But the well lies hidden,
I can open the way for you. The wellspring of power awaits in a starry vault deep beneath the city. Come, I will show you.
Another seed. Destroy it, friend. Well, that takes care of 2 more seeds. Let's talk outside.
Oh shit, now we're gonna do it again, you idiot. $150 ping, that's probably the nicest it's ever been.
Any adventurer who delves into Ayleid ruins knows the name Miskarkand. It was a great Ayleid city, but it's been lost for ages. If Nantharion is truly descended from its ancient rulers, that would explain the Recollection's fascination with Ayleids.
Are you telling me that just wood elves, once wild elves, have just shrunk? Like, come on.
I'm not sure that helps us. There are Ayleid ruins scattered all over Westweald. Any one of them could be Miskarkand, and it's not like I can look it up in any books. And that memory confirms it. We were wrong about the Wildburn seeds. We thought Nantharion unleashed the Wildburn to expand Dawnwood. It does that, of course, but the memory suggested another purpose. They want to wake up Ayleid magic and restore that ancient realm, and apparently restore Athelia in the process.
Maybe he's steering secrets to track now.
Of course. If it... I don't believe it. According to the skein, Nantharion's back in Vashabar. I noticed the Ayleid ruins around Vashabar, but I never imagined it was... Laramil could explain it better, but I'll try. As I understand, I don't know.
No,
Time
definitely not. Didn't we blow this place up? Pretty sure we did.
Go gently, visitor. This is a difficult time for Vashabar. Half the elves here are appalled at how easily King Nantharion fooled them, and the other half are hoping it all turns out to be a misunderstanding.
What kind of priestess would she be? Very tribal with the tattoos all over her.
Over here, friend. This legionary says this doorway just opened, and the skein was right. Athelia used her power. Sounds like something she'd do. We'd better head in and find her before she take Abolisher.
For him. That's a very... It's like ordinary Legion gear, but a little bit different. Whatever.
Look at these halls. It's just like the legend said. We're definitely in the right place.
Nice. Very nice.
With Recollection and fallen legionaries. I hope Tribune Alea is all right.
Damn it. Done it again.
Comrade, you need to find a way to close that portal.
Jigalag
Tribune
shit.
Alea's trapped by that portal. Careful, no telling what might emerge. Abolisher's gathering energy from each foe you defeat.
That's the last thing I need to see.
Abolisher is charged with power. Unleash it against the portal. That damaged the portal. Gather more energy and try again.
Feels like I'm playing a tutorial right now. Bro, I didn't think that was an NPC. Honestly, I did.
Use Abolisher on the portal, friend. You did it! The portal's closing! Now we know how to use Abolisher to close Miramor portals. Tribune Alea, you're safe.
Safe? We were pinned between a Daedra-spewing portal and a blocked passage before you came along.
Definitely unique Imperial armor. Not your standard racial mod fit. Not like the gear that I've got. Actually, oh, there we go. Look at that. There's a helmet. Lovely. I love how they got mixed, eh? There's a battle mage. Nice. Very nice.
Glad you found us, comrade. I was meeting with Greenspeaker Derelith when Nantharian walked into the village like he still owned the place. Marched straight to these ruins. He had a strange cloaked woman with him. I think that was Ethelia.
Imagine just letting a Daedric prince walk right by, yeah.
I was thinking I was performing my duty as an Imperial Tribune. And I wasn't alone. I had legionaries with me. We fought our way through an army of recollection until we reached this dead end and got trapped by that portal. How did you find me? That doesn't sound good. Shard Marshal Vargas is here too. I was hot on their heels, but they stepped through a portal at this blocked passage. I couldn't follow. Abolisher. We saw Vargas use it to open portals, and we just watched you use it to seal portals as well. All right, cut us a path.
These legionaries need help. Go on ahead. I'll do what I can for them.
You made another portal. Let's go. More Shardborn and Recollection ahead. Why are they just waiting around? What are they guarding?
These things are rude, dude. Thought my arm would start to break. What kind of tall ass elf's hitting that?
Another portal. Slay those Daedra and charge Abolisher. Abolisher is charged. Strike the portal. Now, strike the portal with Abolisher. Good work,
You don't have to
comrade.
tell me to do my
Hang
job,
on
man.
to that blade in case we run into another portal.
Big ass doorway.
These halls go on forever. We need to keep searching.
Don't even wear a helmet. Typical, like, if the female's got armor on it, they're never wearing their helmets.
Look, didn't we see something like that in Hoperoot? Use the Echoneer.
Guard the door. They must not reach the well.
The memory of a great battle? Who are Athelia's forces fighting? Up there! It's Shard Marshal Vargas.
Warriors of Miramor, stand fast against Mora's minions! If this memory interests you so much, allow me to send you there.
Nice, I approve. Oh my god! Some shit out of the ring! Somebody's back into memories and shit.
Oh, there you are. You just vanished. That memory showed Shardborn fighting other Daedra. Athelia was defending something in this place.
Some whack shit.
Another memory? We might learn something. Go ahead.
Burn the
I'll watch for Vargas.
Why continue this futile struggle if you... Everything before this is... You cannot win.
But you do not see everything, Mora. In the many paths, all things are possible. I will write my own fate.
Go, my prince. You must escape. Ethelia, wait.
Is this where Athelia lost her ancient battle? Her minions remain to guard the passage behind
Man,
her.
how the hell did Daedra just, like, walk into Temrael?
He's somewhere beyond that gate. Use Abolisher.
But do not fear. Their very presence has awakened the well.
Then draw power from the well, my prince. And I will create a wild burn that transforms you.
pleases you, my prince. But greater victory awaits us in Miramor.
Down there, Ethelia and her servants. They reach the well.
I can't wait any longer.
Baragon! Damn, he's charging ahead without us.
Sweet. Yeah, he's gonna run off. He can go to if he wants, you know? I wasn't gonna do that. How fucking rude.
Friends, the gate closed behind me. Hurry, use Abolisher. Nantharian is just ahead.
Baragon, wait for us! Damn it!
Nantharian, stop! A wild burn unleashed with the power from that well will destroy Westwheels!
Baragon! You'll pay for this, Nantharian!
Yeah, boy. There's
I
one.
have suffered your interference long enough, outsider. Enough! Forces of Miramor,
Portal.
aid me!
Ready, Abolisher!
Wrong one, idiot.
I will take back this land for my people! You cannot stop me!
Centipede. That thing, my God. Oh my God.
I am the heir of the aliens and the beloved of Athelia. I will not be denied!
Well, you are quite tall for a while.
My friends, help me!
Now we're back in.
Can it be my fate?
The staff of many paths was never meant for mortal hands. Witness its true power! Athelia, Unweaver, mistress of the many paths, let your glory be restored! Remember your true self and free us from the chains of fate!
I am whole. Come, Vargas. It is time to go home. With the loom, I will restore all that was lost.
I'm all right, Tribune. You stopped Nantharian from unleashing that final wild burn on the Weald. Thank you, my friend.
We stopped one threat. But did you see? Athelia changed.
Let's talk about this back in Skingrad, friends.
Repair my shit.
We stopped Nantharian and prevented a massive wild burn that would have destroyed the rest of Westweald. But Athelia and Shard Marshal Vargas got away. Let's go back to my townhouse and figure out where we stand. Vashabar deserves a chance. Not everything Nantharian built turned to evil. Somewhere he lost his way, as did my friend Greenspeaker Sorrelin and others who fell in with the recollection. I need to go to Vashabar and tell them what happened. Apparently so. He considered himself the heir to that empire and planned to destroy Westweald to rebuild it. Some things are just better left buried, and seeing Athelia restored was terrifying.
I may never get used to fighting Daedra and magic users, but at least we put an end to Nantharian and his plot to destroy Westweald. That should finish the recollection. Now, is it too much to hope that Athelia will take her power and just go away? Nantharian is dead. Hoperoot is destroyed. The recollection has no leaders and no friends. Some diehards might linger for a time, but they won't pose a significant threat to Westweald. No, I'm more worried about Shard Marshal Vargas. I have no idea. Maybe they'll never give Westweald another thought now that Athelia has her power. But she wants vengeance for what was done to her. That might lead to very bad things.
Not too far from that one.
We're done here. Agreed, you arse.
Arse.
We're done here. Agreed, you arse.
Hifrisburg. Fine.
Well, that is illuminating. My God.
Did you hear? The King of Vashabar. He's the leader of the Recollection.
Yes, we've all heard a million times, you son of a bitch.
Proxy, I hoped to find you here. I sensed a powerful ripple in fate, and came as quickly as I could. I have been scouring the plains for hints of Torvasad's doings. I sensed ripples of probability flowing across the Daedric realms. Imagine my surprise when I traced them to their origin, ancient Miskarkand. What happened there? Without Nantharion, and with Torvasad off doing who knows what, the Recollection will be scattered and leaderless. Our battle merely shifts to a new arena now, with even greater stakes. Already the threads of fate fray at an alarming rate. I do not think reality is endangered by Athelia's travels, but by her choices. Whatever she decides to do, reality must accommodate her. It will shatter in the attempt. The threat of her next decision causes fate to now fray. The one who knows has not made that clear to me. Yet as long as reality persists, we still have a chance to prevent Athelia from undoing everything. Conclude your business with Baragon, Proxy. Our work is not yet done.
I'm glad you're back, Laramil. A few recollection may linger, but their threat fades. Without Nantharion or the start, by saving Skingrad and Vashabar from Nantharion's designs, I sent word to Vashabar about Nantharion's fate, and Tribune Alea's scouts report that the Recollection's on the run. However, the Daedric incursions from Miramor continue unabated. I don't think Shard Marshal Vargas clearly intends to conquer Westweald for her prince. She made that quite apparent at Feldergard Keep. But there may be another motive for the incursion.
Maybe I was done talking to you.
I sent word to Vashabar. Shardmark, Athelia said, take a look at the Skein of Secrets. If Athelia returned to Miramor, wherever that is, then perhaps the Skein can show us how to follow her. It's worth a try anyway.
G'day, g'day. How you doing, mate? Where the hell am I going? Oh, sun again to me. How are we doing on this fine day or night or wherever it is, yeah? As I say, it's 3 PM somewhere in Tamriel. Am I going upstairs or going downstairs? Am I just an idiot?
As Hermaeus Morif.
Wendir? Does that mean anything to you, Laramil?
There are many hidden paths between the planes. I suspect the Skein of Secrets has showed us one. Prepare yourselves.
Bye-bye, I guess.
How exactly do we prepare ourselves for oblivion?
A good point. There is no telling what we may encounter. Still, that is our course. Fascinating. Wendir is another Ayleid ruin, but the Skein of Secrets offers no explanation beyond a mark on a map. A subtle tool indeed. Yes, it showed me the same. A place where Athelia used her power. I doubt she is still on Nirn. The skein presents us with a strange puzzle that we must solve. When you saw Athelia with Vargas in Miskarkand, what exactly did she say? A loom. As in a weaving apparatus? Intriguing. As for Athelia's home, her realm in Oblivion was forgotten when she was. No records exist that can point us to Miramor. And the thought of restoring what was lost, I do not like the sound of that. The point to which we must travel to follow Athelia, I assume.
Gotta go repair all my shit. I do the same job. Rosita's worst friend.
This season's my favourite. The air just makes moving the leather so much easier.
My god. What is that, a staff? Pack keeper forever. Not a, not big on... Legion's Guardian. Nice.
Just heard the news. King Nantharian was killed, defeated by the Legion's mercenary. And did you hear? The Recollection worshipped some forgotten...
Man, honestly, I guess... I can't recognize this place. It must have been, like, whacked in between then. Got some weird shit. Some proper weird. That's some Harry Potter shit right there. And a goat is on some serious skooma. And that, toilet chick is still there. My god. Would you be booted for AFK by now? I think it pointed me down south, didn't it? Pretty sure it did. Oh, that pointed me up north. Rude. G'day, g'day. There's an otter's nest back there.
Care to earn some gold, adventurer? I could use a bit of assistance.
Absolutely not. Goblins. Having a gang fight. Do I gotta kill you guys, or do I gotta get through you guys? Gotta kill you guys. And who are you, good sir?
The stupid fools.
How am I going to get back inside?
Oh, I swear to God, he's got a twin sister, doesn't he? Got Minotaurs helping everything. Fucking filthy traders. That's rude, boys. That's rude. Absolutely bloody rude, mate. I'm glad to see that Minotaurs were killing him.
I sense an anomaly here, Proxy. A place where the veil between realms can be parted. Perhaps
Sneaky
Abolisher
bastards.
can be of use. This is what the Skane wanted us to find. A portal recently used by Athelia and reopened by Abolisher.
But a portal to where?
To oblivion, my friend.
Ew, it's ESO.
It's just not Uwakay, mate. It is beautiful.
We'll see.
This
Maybe
is
one
why.
day I'll fucking pick it up.
Did Athelia come this way to
it's
make
no
use of the
Skyrim,
celestial palanquin?
But imagine if you can mod this, man. Like, imagine if
Baragon and
they've
Tribune
made this.
Alea were right behind us, but have not yet appeared. We should
It
confirm.
would be nice if they gave it like a not a single player version, but like
The portal deposited us in the
I don't know,
Demiplane
if it
of
was
Fargrave.
if they had like a way
It
to
is a
play it
realm
where it
without
was
a
like
prince that serves
you
as a
had no
crossroad
issue
to
playing it
oblivion.
just by yourself.
1,000
Because
doors
with any kind of
lead in and
MMO
out
like this,
Fargrave.
like unless you start
Or
from
so it
like
is
the
said.
beginning
But the
and
fate
you've got
of
like
Baragon
dedicated
and the
people to
Tribune
play with, it's like
concerns
you
me.
miss out on a lot of shit.
I actually thought... I think they're doing that. I think they're actually, like, they've changed the difficulty so you can play it like hardcore or normal mode, but they're also, like, changing the scaling of the dungeon so you don't need a full crew anymore. So you can face it on your own. I'm not a big PvE guy. I'm more of a PvPer, but I can't really do that on this game because I've got, like, 300 ping.
They were.
Yeah,
Did something divert them?
I'm
While
good at
Fargrave is
PvP,
a
but
realm of
I'm
limitless
not a
portals,
big fan of it.
including many that are permanent. The
Some
plane
reason I
can
play
play
online
havoc
games,
with
eh?
portal spells. No matter.
Like in Battlefield,
There
I'll
is no-
just run
I
around and kill
sense a
people
huge
trying
force.
to catch
The
the
true
flag. I won't
origins
cap it.
of
I'll
this
just
realm
shoot
so
those that are
easily
like going
bends
into
to
it or
Athelia's
leaving
will.
it.
Could Fargrave be a cast-off portion of Miramor?
Yeah, I mean, every once in a while, you know, it's nice to get in one of those games. But it's like the fucking the meme from Rogue One. You know, dude shows up to Galen Erso's farm. He's like, farmer, really? A man of your talents? But it shows that, like, you know, really, you're playing single-player games. It's like, it's a peaceful life.
Well,
it's like that's kind of how I feel.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I've got Skyrim for single player, and I normally got Battlefield for like multiplayer. Sometimes it's GTA Online or something like that. But I definitely like running around just murdering other players.
These crystals definitely signal Athelia's presence.
Yeah, I
See
mean,
where they
I
lead, Proxy.
did a lot of that back during COVID. Yeah, played a lot of Warzone.
Warcraft, but isn't that like a over-the-top game?
Nothing much except Warzone.
Oh, dude, I like PvP, but I can't do those because the start of Warzone's fun, and then straight up, like the first 5 minutes, it's all just about hiding in houses.
Well, they had added a game mode called Plunder, where you were able to respawn. You spawned in with your loadout, and the goal was to get as much cash from around the map as possible. But me and my team, we oftentimes didn't care for cash. We were a team of snipers. So we had our specific spots that we liked to go in and camp, but they were in pretty busy areas. So we had a fun time just out shooting fucking everybody.
Nice, man. Especially in Battlefield. Especially the new one, because they're so easy to use. Like, there's things called like the mini scout that go faster than the sniper. And the very first time I used it, I took out 2 little bird pilots, shot them in the face. One was directly that like missed me, but he tried to he'd come back in for a hit, and I smacked him in the face. Another one was a guy flying away, and I somehow killed him.
I believe that.
And I was like, yuck. But Battlefield 6 is very much like Call of Duty now, because the guy that was running it, I forgot his name, he fucking ended up killing himself by driving his car into a barrier and blowing up. He did the Paul Walker thing. He made all like the really good COD games, and yeah, he passed away.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
But I think he was taken. He's taken it in the route of like Modern Warfare.
Yeah, with all the bullshit, right? All the bad skins and shit.
Oh yeah, dude! I remember that, like Nicki Minaj. I wonder if they gave Nicki Minaj's like skin like physics in her ass.
I'm fucking sure.
It was like when she teabags you, it's just like her
twerking. I tried to shield our companions, but I could not. It took all the strength I could muster to prevent us from being banished along with them. It seems Shard Marshal Vargas is much more powerful than when we last faced her.
Question for this game. How like, is it set in like usual RPGs, where it's like you pick the class and like that's all you can play, or it's a bit more open where it's like, oh, if I want to use a mix of like sword and spells, like I have that option?
Yeah, so when I first started, I think it's a few more classes now. There's the 4 main ones that I remember. It's Templar, Dragon Knight, Sorceress, and Shadowblade. Which but those abilities, like, obviously you'd think a Sorcerer would be more good for Mage, and Dragon Knight for Warrior, and Templar for fucking maybe Healer. But you can go any combo you want. I mean, I chose the Warrior because I'm just a standard boring Warrior dude. But you'll have people running around as a Dragon Knight, as a full Sorcerer, or even a range. So, sword, shield, 2-hand, bow, staff, it's really up to whatever you want. Mix and match your powers and shit. I'm pretty sure you can even like mix and match your classes now. I think, I'm not too sure. It could be Star Wars: The Republic, but I chose the Dragon Knight because I'm just your standard dummy with the sword and the shield. But people, like I said, man, they go wild with their shit. I mean, this is my first character, and I trained up like heavy armor and medium armor. I could go from tank to DPS.
Yeah, I mean, my first character would probably end up being, like a 2-handed, warrior.
But like, I think now you can start off without joining a faction. Because like back in the day, when you started, you had to pick either faction, and then you started off in Cold Harbor straight away, and you kind of started the quest line. But now you can go in without doing any of that. And you can start the quest line by like, some chick will come to you, oh, we need your help, and you go to help and they end up like killing you and sending you to Cold Harbor or some shit like that. You pretty much get catfished by a necromantic chick.
That's fantastic.
And like, when this game came out, I think I was pretty young when this game came out. It was like, to get the Imperial race, you had to like get the special edition for it, because it only had all the races.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and I was like, there's no way I'm playing this game without being an Imperial. I don't care. The most boringest race to many, but my favourite race. As we've seen in my story, I think a majority of my characters are fucking Imperials.
Yeah, Imperial and fucking gay.
Man, a couple of them, okay? not the main one.
It's literally every woman except for like 2.
Yeah, look.
And then fucking most of your guys, there's been some kind of fucking shit that make you look at it and go,
Yeah,
what the fuck is Satoru's doing here?
Especially that big, tall ginger bloke with an ice armor, you might be a bit fruity.
He's the only definitive straight motherfucker in the entire series. I mean, you look at fucking Karsten over there.
Like, I end up, like, I'm not going to discussion because we all know Carter, he's a bit of a fancy lad. And so, he doesn't look like Eren one bit. And I was like, what if I made Eren gay? You look, you're audio, he's no longer a stalker then. And I was like, cue it. So
right.
He's not going to be a sword swallower. Because I was even thinking of like having a little romantic interaction with him and Lioness, which didn't make much sense. But their friendship, when I think about it, is like one of like kinship, but not blood related. So I thought, you know what? And then like I've tried to portray him so many different ways. I tried to portray him as like an Imperial soldier who then abandoned that, went back home,
Use the Echoneer
found Majol. And then he went and joined the Dawnguard, and Majol left, and even in my eyes right now, like when we see him, he's not going to be wearing like the Dawnguard armor. He's going to become their like their inventory guy, their intelligence guy. He's a bookworm. Like he maybe tried to go and hunt vampires, but he couldn't do it because he was just too shit scared.
You should make him learn some light magic. Not much, but just a little.
I haven't figured out how to make MP like like companions will get their torch out during a certain time. I really want that for like my mages that got the mage spells.
Yeah.
But that should be sick, man. Like,
let us talk.
I'd love to see that mages actually using their spells, especially like the next chapter for this game will actually be Winterhold. And this is shit that everyone that brought this game playing Skyrim was like so excited to go to Winterhold. And obviously we never got it because it had like segments of all the different terrains. And I can't wait for that shit, man. Like, I want to see, when this comes out, I want to see if anyone pulls off like a completely restored version of Winterhold.
Yeah, or at least
for Athelia's scions. To exist for millennia, tormented by the sense
I can't wait.
Something.
Because with the whole fucking
the loom of the
Skyblivion shit, right?
That
it's like, you know, it's so fucking easy for them to do a like beyond Skyblivion.
Clearly, the loom of the untraveled
wouldn't take them anywhere near as long, and to go back into Skyrim.
Forgot what it was. Yet its existence never
and by that,
ceased to gnaw at
Winterhold is still whole, so like that would be
has
really
been
nice to see.
leading us. We must find a way.
Yeah, it's still like, you know, you'd have to like restore a shit ton of villages. I'll probably remove a few like Rorikstead and Riverwood, and we'll put something else somewhere different. You'd have to completely rebuild Riften because it burnt down shortly after Oblivion Crisis.
Yeah, but don't forget Rorikstead. It's been around.
Yeah, I don't know how that one works because apparently, because I've seen thing that Rorikstead isn't much older town than Rorik himself. But why is he called Rorik and then you got Rorikstead? Like, people name themselves up the towns is fucking weird. I understand people like towns being named after people. It happens all the time, but
perhaps there is something.
Why is it called
Daedric
Rorikstead?
worship?
Yeah, sacrificing children and shit. Apparently.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's got the most fertile land. You know, it fucking what's it called? Even fucking in ESO, they're still singing the song of Ragnar the Red. So I mean, Rorikstead's been around for quite a long time.
Yeah,
the dude's got a book on the Daedra in his house.
Yeah, but how old is Rorik the Red song, though? You know.
Well, I mean, it's in ESO.
Is it?
So, yeah, it's been around a long fucking time.
Well, I guess we'll find out, especially when they get to Whiterun, which will probably be another 20 years.
Right. Fucking people are like, oh, you know, I want the whole of Tamriel and Elder Scrolls 6. Like, motherfucker, that'll never happen. It's like they'll never make a single player game where you have the entire continent of ESO. It's like, that'll never fucking happen.
You know what? I wouldn't mind even playing a game, alright, where
Find a way to activate.
you get a single map, and then a year or two later, Bethesda releases another map, and another map, and another map, you know.
Yeah, like, that's the only way, realistically, they could do it. But even then, they'd need such a huge fucking team for that.
Yeah, yeah. Like, my ideal game, and I'll never see it, because I'll be dead before Elder Scrolls fucking 7 comes out. I'll be die of old age by then. Is, you know, like, it is an open world, but you don't get the freedom that you normally get, so you have to start off on a certain place and then unlock it. So, like, the goal is to, like Tamriel's on fire. It's gone to shit, and your job is to, like, have to unite Tamriel together to fight against this Daedric, like an Oblivion war going off, right? Like, you've got, you know, Murab's Dagon, you've got Molag Bal, you've got Boethia and a couple of other bad seeds trying to, like, fight other Daedric princes, and this is spilt over into Tamriel. You've got, like, Jiggalag's returned, and maybe even Athilia here's returned, and just, you know, 2 teams, and you've got the rogue princes doing their own thing, and it spills out into Mundus and that sort of shit. At the time, you know, like Cyrodiil's, all the, like, counts, like, it's no longer an empire. There's even a chance that, you know, there won't even be an empire in the next game. The Dominion could probably win. All these countries at civil war with each other, and you got to, like, just spend your time. But it's very much like ESA, but it just ruined the freedom that Elder Scrolls games brings, and people don't want that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting concept, but I don't know. Like, I definitely would want the ability to travel between multiple provinces.
Yeah. Well, that could be the next one, yeah, like Hammerfell and I'm gonna go this one.
I really fucking hope that that the next one is shared between the two. I mean, seeing as how they found the Pinterest boards of several of the you know, the fucking people who work at, like, Bethesda. It's like some of them are very clearly, like, working culture and shit like that, but then you also have, like, Scottish Highlands and, like, you know,
Scottish Highlands,
Celtic shit, and,
yeah,
you know,
all that stuff would be the Reach. So the other side of the fucking Dranock Mountains or whatever they're called, because they share that in High Rock.
yeah, no, I cannot wait to spend some time at fucking High Rock.
Look at my ping down the bottom, bro. I don't think you can see it just now, but it's like 453. Yeah, like, High Rock could be sick, even though I don't like the Bretons. I think they're little bitches. Dude, I got in a massive argument on a YouTube video for that, eh? Unbelievable. Some dude called me a racist because I didn't like the Bretons. Yeah, and, like, this is a...
Well,
like,
I mean...
Isolated section of Fargrave.
I just call them spineless little weak human beings. And he's just cracked the shit at me. And I'm like, come on, bro, they're in a safe place. And I'm not the kind of guy that, you know, that plays around. If you act like a dickhead, I'll call you a dickhead.
Yeah, no.
I've lost a few subscribers that were, like, long-time fans because of that.
Well, what the fuck are you gonna do?
Like, I had this one bloke, and this was like last year, I think. What the fuck is down there? He liked all my stuff in my daylight, but as soon as I, like, started doing, like, the AI generated images, he started cracking the shit at me. I'm like, dude, you can't be against AI generated images, but then like AI generated voices. You can't just fucking. It's either you don't give a shit about AI, or you fucking hate it.
Yeah, I'm in the middle, you know, like, you know, AI's a tool.
That's it.
You know, just like anything else, and it all depends on how the fuck you use it. You know, hating the existence of a tool is stupid. You know, especially when, like, I see all these people who, like, they're sci-fi fans. They're, you know, it's great when I see people who, like, oh, they love, like certain droids from, like, Star Wars or shit like that. It's like, well, motherfucker, you ain't gonna get a droid like that until we go through this initial process with AI first.
Yeah. And I honestly, man, I don't see it as a bad thing, AI. Like I said, it's a tool. I wouldn't be able to make the stories I make on YouTube here without the voices. And I've messed up with the voices before. Like, I've taken a voice without even reading the fucking description of the Serana dialogue actress. I took her voice without even having to look, and I got in the shit for that. And I tried my best to kind of fix it up, and she was angry at me 100%. I didn't even know, man. That's how stupid I am. But like, you're using AI, you're going to be walking in murky water, right? So the voices I use for these characters are real voices, are real in-game voices. I'm not going to make people pay for it. What the fuck would I do, man? Like, my videos will get like 11 views in like a day. They ain't going to do shit.
Yeah, no.
And since I'm using AI, I'm not going to be like putting ads up for it and stuff, or even like the songs that I'll generate, you know, the stories and stuff. Like that. What's his name? It's like Android or something that he makes like the full AI generated stories with I think it's yeah, like those are wild, man. Like, but I like doing it the way that I like doing it because I get to play the game and tell the story naturally. Well, that sort of stuff you have to script it all. You'd have to kind of decide what you're going to do with it. With me, ideas just come to me.
The only thing you're doing is voice cloning.
Yeah.
You know, you're still making the script, you're still plotting the story.
And like, those ideas come to me way too fucking much, and I can't follow them all until the one people have to watch when it comes out. Hopefully, I'm hoping it's done by the end of the week. But I'm like, right now, up to the jail cell, we're about to have the watermelon scene. Ah, you fuck. And I gotta get to Falkreath, because I wanted to get to Falkreath before I had this idea. And hopefully I still can. I'm gonna have to like do some other stuff, because now, without spoiling anything, Tonrak's gonna go straight to the inn, and he's gonna cause a fuss, and I have to spend the night, paying for his little incident.
Yeah, I remember telling me about that one.
And then I gotta like remember, I forgot his name. I'm shit with names. In the Discord, because he's got his vampire character that he did an entire thing on, and have you seen that one? Have you seen that in the character sheet? I think.
Yeah, I haven't like read it, but I've seen some of his stuff where it's like, he's got the mother and the two children, but then like one of them die or something.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll do like the two children. I'll do the one because I can do that one. But like the people watching will just think they're like cousins or siblings. I think I'll go with siblings, like their brother and sister, because they'll look alike somewhat. And that they're traveling Tamriel together, and he got injured, blah blah. I think Nox would sniff him out, especially the werewolf. But she might have powers or abilities to hide what she is from other vampires. I don't know about the wolf. Like, I think a wolf would sniff it out. They got too close. But I want like Nox, as soon as she sees her, to kind of be like frowning and like pull her aside and be like, "I know what you are, and I think you should tell them." And but Nox won't tell them because it's not her business.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice of her going a little bit more human, at least as far as with like empathy and
Yeah, she's got that.
Because back in the day, she would have just fucking ousted him back in the day.
Yeah, I can't go too humanly with it because then it's like turns into a silly little fucking demonic character. So like I said with the watermelon scene, like what we talked about, she's gonna be seeing that, and that's gonna like get her a full-on morning wood when she's watching that shit. Like that's gonna make the skin flare up, and
Do you see the archers before us?
like
I think they mark the door.
there's still that
into the
dark,
next
there's still
part
that
of the
Demora nature to her. She's still a fucking immortal killing machine designed to conquer and kill. But there's also that freshness of that child that's awoken up in her. That's kind of, even though she's been here for 200 years, it's only a small little tiny bit of mortality that she's learned.
Yeah, let's just hope that she's smart enough to keep her mouth shut during that bit and not try to,
Perhaps the scale
you know.
of secrets can show us the way.
For the sake of the audience, you don't give it away straight away. I mean, like, you'll see it all in the mouth. You know, when she talks, you might see some sharpies. You know. What the fuck am I doing here? Use the. Oh.
I don't know. But what the hell? What's the lore reason behind like why your dude can breathe fucking fire? Like I know you said it was a whole class, but like, why are they breathing fire here?
Dragon Knights are Akaviri trained, or Akaviri. So apparently, Akaviri can breathe fire.
Since when?
I don't know, man. No idea. The Dragon Knight is based off the ancient Akaviri arts.
Indeed. And whatever
What the
I cannot say.
Like, that's one thing I'd
princes
love
are
for, like,
supreme
Skyrim
within
did,
their
like,
own realms.
because dragon
The longer
shouts
we
are
are
like
delayed, the
puffs
stronger
of power.
Ophelia grows.
It's like a little burp.
In fact, the next
you know?
defense we trigger may
And
be
then
more
if I actually use it, because I did
I do
this,
not
right?
think it would be wise
I've
to
got
use
a
a
dragon
Abolisher
shout,
here.
and when I use it, my scream and the dragon goes Flam, and it's obviously not my voice, and it's like so long that it's made for a dragon. And so I did that Mortal scene where like the Vanguard runs up to him and says he's going to kill him, and then the dragon just fucking lights him on fire. Because I really like me and AI packages are okay, but I don't know if I was going to like. At the time, I was like, man, I'm not going to be able to get this dragon to look at him and then just light him up and capture all that I'm feeling with it, like weeks of work and stuff like that. It's just going to drive me nuts. So I just took the shout myself, made my character invisible, and just shouted at the Vanguard on the spot. I got love like a little ability where like the character can just breathe fire, but then it kind of makes the Dragonborn sort of stuff cheap.
I have witnessed enough of Athelia's realm to feel the power.
Yeah,
flowing
no.
through it.
I mean, unless you
I
really
believe I
showcase
can
that
use my
like
portal magic to pursue
hers
deeper into
is
the
like
loom. Perhaps
powerful.
even reach its core.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a mod on that. It makes it like
Hurry now. The portal I
for
opened
some
should
reason,
carry us as far as the loom's core.
it's changed as a projectile of it, so it's not as like brutal. Or it's not as slow as it once was. Like this thing will like shoot out, and so the more dragons you kill, the more souls you absorb, the quicker the cooldown. To the point now, like
yeah, no, I have that mod.
Like I was testing it, and like I was just like I was a rap god. I was just shooting out fucking thumbs, like dead set the Eminem of Skyrim. Just yeah, and so
Enliven them with hate speech.
yeah, well that's what they need, you know, and they need it.
Athelia does not wish to be disturbed.
This is
Rot
a
in the
prison.
very prison that held
Oh.
her for all those eons.
Vargas diverted my portal. She trapped us in Athelia's prison. I see a memory.
Man, I swear to God.
Use the echo.
Okay, Athelia is 100% going to rock up the next Elder Scrolls game. She just has to, because, like, you've seen with Starfield, they took the Dragonborn thing and gave it to Starborn. They didn't really change the name that much. And the new Game Plus, this is the only chick that's going to allow you to do it.
Yeah, I don't want it to be like the main story though. Like, if they're gonna do it, either make it where like when the game recognizes that you've beaten the main story, you get a new option in the main menu where it's like, oh, you can do Game Plus, and it's basically just like a alternate, like official alternate start.
I don't know, man, because then it's just going to make her cheap. Like you could be versing a variant of her, because Athelia is meant to be like Madam Web.
We must find a way to escape.
Who's like can contact all of her different versions and shit. So you could
Yeah,
be fighting a rogue version of her, and then like you kill her and take her power, because at the very end of this DLC, essentially Mora sends her off to a realm where she can't use magic. There's no magic in like this alternate path. And it could like, and it also explain like the whole entire our stories are important to us because they are our own path. You know, like if you join the Stormcloaks won. It's canon because that was your path. And if you're an Imperial, it's your path. They won. They don't do a lot of work for that though. Like, even play Dragon Age Inquisition, how it asks you a bunch of questions and it somewhat took notes on what you did in the previous games.
I said the lamp
Yeah,
still
they
functions.
won't do
And
that.
revealed
They'll do where
We should
Alduin
follow
coming
its
back made the dragon break.
They could do.
Equally, they'll have it where it's You know, because you look at a lot of these quest lines and a lot of side shit, and like, there's some pretty big contradictory shit here. You know, like whether you assassinated the Emperor with the Dark Brotherhood or you destroyed the Dark Brotherhood. Well, with this way, they can easily make it where it's like, you know, there's conflicting reports where it's like, oh, you know, the Dark Brotherhood was destroyed, but it's still open to where it's like, oh, but they also managed to kill like the Emperor.
Lead the way, Proxy.
You know, it's gonna end up being the Dragon Break because they're after all this time. Maybe if Elder Scrolls 6 came out a hell of a long time ago, you know, right after Fallout 4, maybe they would have a like, you know, definitive like, oh yeah, the one side won. You know, that's it. It's like this is the definitive what happened. But now it's gone on so long.
Yeah, you'd piss off a lot of people, man. You'd piss off so many people because no matter what you do, you're going to be enemy number one. Alright?
Yeah, no, because, I mean, you know, the debate as to which side is right, is still so heavily fucking debated.
Yeah, well, that's why I said decide where if, like, you know, if the Legion loses, they get absorbed into the Dominion, and the Dominion's got the Heartland, and Skyrim isn't going to be able to withstand all of Tamriel pincering it.
Well, it wouldn't be all of Tamriel.
Because eventually the Dark Elves are going to join in, because they're the exact same...
The Dark Elves are too weak. You know, Morrowind is fucked.
Yeah, and
you know, you got the northern part that is completely covered in ash.
Yeah.
And the south are constantly being raided by the Argonians.
So that's the
The
perfect
Argonians
opportunity.
hate the High Elves.
Yeah, that makes it even more perfect opportunity for the Dominion to go in there and give aid, because they're elves, and they can help them out, and they'd easily join. Because the Dark Elves joined Tide of Septim because of the gigantic fucking dwarven bot they had. And
the Dominion, yeah.
Yeah, and they would 100% join the Dominion. If the Dominion asked, you know, that was like, we will help you guys out if you join the Dominion, they'd do it. So then you've got pincers from the west, the east.
I don't think so. They've hated the High Elves for a long time.
Yeah, but when you're in like a really shit spot like they are, the north drowned in ash and the south being attacked by Argonians, and someone offers you a hand that you thought was an enemy, you're gonna be like, you know what? I'll fucking take it. Because they're in a desperate spot. And so are the High Elves. They're in a desperate spot because they've lost a lot of their population. And so having actual powerful mages, like the Dark Elves are very powerful mages, on your side is even more useful, especially when they board a Skyrim. You could bully the fucking Argonians back into the little holes, which wouldn't really work.
All the divines
they get on the
that
Hissat,
thing?
and those things are...
A Daedric apparatus.
That's a lovely story when it comes to Oblivion.
We must find out.
Yeah, no, you really hard time with the fucking
Marshal
Argonians.
Vargas and Torvasart down there.
Those
What are
fucking
we waiting for
twisting
then?
shit. I don't even think
Let's
it's fair yet.
finish this.
Man, I don't know, but the Dominion themselves, they wouldn't be able to invade Skyrim.
No,
like they couldn't even fucking take Southern Hammerfell, and they're right there.
No, not themselves. I mean, that's what I mean. Like, once the Empire falls, the legions that survived would get absorbed into the Dominion, and then the fucking higher up would just falter, and half of it would bend the knee and join the Dominion. Maybe half of it might go and join the Red Guards, and then the Red Guards and the Nords, the only ones left. And of course, the Argonians, but they're too far away to really join that alliance. They're right next door neighbours to the Khajiit, so the Argonians would be pincered, but it would just be like a fight between the Red Guards and the Nords, trying to keep... But, talking about canon endings, right? Imagine this. Where the fuck am I going to, by the way? I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So, it could be a canon ending where no matter what side won, somehow Skyrim still ends up independent. So say, you know, say for example the Empire wins, and then the Dominion attacks again because they don't want to get too strong. And the Empire leaves, and they go back to Cyrodiil, and then the Imperial Jarls are like, now that they're gone, we can fucking take this place back for ourselves. Because you got a few corrupt friggin' Jarls, man. You got Maven.
Yeah, no, all the Jarls fucking suck. They really do.
Yeah, it could just be that they take it back and Skyrim becomes independent regardless if you join the Stormplagues. or the Legion. The Legion left to go fight back for Cyrodiil, but the Imperial Jarls decided, fuck this, it's going to be our kingdom now.
Yeah, no. I think what they might do is they're going to take into account that the Emperor was killed. I saw a pretty interesting theory that the big part of the story of the next game revolves around the new Emperor and it being like his son or nephew, whatever the fuck, but that this one is like a far more like aggressive, like already one who's like ready to fucking fight the Dominion.
Yeah, it could even be, man. I'd be interested to see this, but like the Dominion actually wins. If they go for a second attack, and since the Nords aren't there to save them, it's good night.
Yeah, which
and like
the fucking Emperor, man. I mean, he was really fucking stupid.
Yeah, like he could have chased him in there, but you know, being what he was, he thought, no more death, no more this, and then fucking.
Well, no, it's not even that. It's you know, what he could have done was after Iraq fucking seceded, fucking Hammerfell. Because Hammerfell seceded from the Empire. Continued to fight them for another 5 years and beat them. You know, to where they have their own fucking treaty with the High Elves. After that, all he had to fucking do was have in secret an emissary bring fucking notice to the High King of Skyrim and say, hey, we need to do this in secret, but publicly secede from the Empire, do some shit, I'll have no choice but to kick you out of the Empire. That way you guys don't have to follow the fucking the White Gold Report. Because if he would have fucking done that shit, fucking Skyrim would be in one fucking piece. Every fucking Nord would be fine with that shit. And you'd still have the fucking allies to the north. Because we all know the Empire, every version of it, was nothing without the Nords. Every single one was created because of the fucking Nords.
No, I don't know about that. I think you're jumping.
Yeah, no. So first you had Saint Alicia, right? Who a big reason why her rebellion succeeded was because Ysgramor came down with his army to help fight the fucking Iliads. Then you had Regent Cyrodiil, who, while him and the Activators started to cut through Skyrim surprisingly efficiently, a big reason why they were able to take Cyrodiil and take the Empire was because the Nords banded with him and marched down. And then you got Tiber Septim, who again had an entire army of fucking Nords to start the Third Empire. Literally every version of the Empire, all three that have existed because they had an army of Nords to take it for them.
That's
even with the fucking the Great War. It's like they had to flee into Skyrim, and the only reason why the Emperor was able to get his throne back was because again, Skyrim said, "Hey, we'll help you. You know, rest here. We'll all march down and take the fucking take the Imperial fucking city back."
Well, even like next game, right? Imagine if they take a path where they choose to storm place, and like I'd imagine as soon as Empire's having to retreat back into Cyrodiil, the Dominion would be like, "Yeah, we're gonna get our fucking time," and they would fight again, 100%. But it could be a thing where like Ulfric could be like, "You know what? We're gonna go save the Empire again." But this time he's got the majority of the power, the strength, and the sort of he's making the fucking Empire pretty much. Or at least sign a treaty where the Empire has to force, you know, an allegiance with him that benefits the North of Skyrim.
Yeah, no, they would most likely want to do a... Because, I mean, you really look at it, most of the Nords hate the Empire itself. They hate what the Empire has become. You know, if the Empire under a new ruler, which is going to end up being a new strong ruler honors his word to the fucking Nords, the Nords are going to have no problem backing them, but they still want the ability to rule themselves. You know, so they're most likely going to be fine with an alliance, just not, you know, being ruled over anymore.
Yeah, that's something, like, if Ulfric, he would probably take the position to make himself fucking, you know, emperor. If he was to go into Cedar and save it. Do the whole Tiber Septim thing is, I don't know the story of Tiber Septim. I don't know how he became emperor, but I'd imagine that, you know, a family gave him the chance to like marry into their family, took him as a wife and took control of the empire. Because that's kind of what I'd do.
Honestly, I don't think you would. I mean, unless they move the seat of the empire to Skyrim, like this whole thing is.
Yeah, you could, man.
You know,
Because it'd be a lot more defensible. I mean, you could simply have the Imperial City as, you know, a central location for this and that. But even like, I think even Ulfric would move to Cyrodiil to take control of it, and put like one of his most trusted in control of Skyrim as its overseer.
I don't think you will. Even just from a strategic standpoint, he'd lose so many of his followers. Not to mention, it's just not consistent with anything regarding his character.
Well, yeah, I think he's a bit ambitious, you know, like especially if he starts winning and he starts winning this shit. He's definitely going to be that like I'm winning now. It's gonna take place, and he's going to be getting a lot more ambitious. Because Nords, yeah, the Nords are, end of the day, they like to be warlords. And so if he could take the chance to like take control of Cyrodiil, he would, 100%. Especially if he's safe and he'd be like, yep, you guys are mine now.
I think he'd more likely try to push the Dragonborn to do it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, you don't really know this sort of characters work, eh? I mean, how would you convince? It's like the Dragonborn coming into it just messes everything up. Like, what's he gonna do with the Dragonborn? Is he gonna be, you know, is he gonna be fucking scared of the Dragonborn because if it's a man, is he gonna try and marry the Dragonborn if it's a woman? I mean, like, create his own Tiber Septim fucking legacy. There's not even fucking I would understand completely how that would all work. It's kind of like I imagine what, like, imagine this one. At the very end of the story, the sort of hero character never really, they die or they disappear. Because I'd imagine that like I kind of see the fight with Alduin being a bit like Dragon Age Origins, where like the Dragonborn probably should have died in Sovngarde, but like since it's an open world game, they tried that with Fallout 3 where you couldn't continue, they just decided to let the Dragonborn live.
Yeah, no. That's why a lot of people, including myself, believe that Eosamora will do what he did with Miraak.
Yeah,
be like, not your mom now.
But those are different times though. I mean, Daedric can't actively, like, they can still get small portals open, but I'm not too sure they have the ability to just yank someone out anymore, especially with what happened with Martin and Stone.
Don't forget, even in Skyrim, you see Daedra take people. Molag Bal literally yanks a motherfucker. He brings the motherfucker back to life multiple times, and then fucking teleports him after he submit. It's like they can still
killed him.
No, you kill him like twice, and then after dude submits, after he brings him back multiple times, Molag Bal literally teleports him to Coldheart. The only things that the Daedra can't do is basically open portals that put the mortal plane in danger. Yeah, that's something that Sheogorath mentions in Oblivion. It's like because his gate holds no is no threat.
I know that one
You know,
works,
that's
though.
why.
I think that's just one of those gameplay things. Because, I mean, a cake can hold a threat regardless if it's not there to hold a threat. So, I think that's just like a gameplay example because obviously, how are you going to get to Oblivion if you really close the gates? It's a bit of a
Yeah,
weird
but
thing
because
that.
because that's a thing that you can ask him, it's in the lore. You know, specifically, it's because his gate is not a threat. Yeah, he's not actively sending people through. He's not, you know. But no, he, you know, like I said, Skyrim, it's like people have been taken to Oblivion. You know, there are even other like stories and shit where people have been taken by Daedra.
Mirac got yanked though because he was in the shit and was about to die. So
Yeah. Alright, I'll be there, Matt.
So,
Yeah, give me a sec before we continue this.
Roger.
Let restore your strength. Wait. I can set this right.
Now, Proxy, use Abolisher to destroy the loom.
My loom! Such terrible power!
The loom is destroyed, my prince. We must leave this place.
I am the last tomorrow. The Unweaver. I am filled with the power of the many parts. Come, Tovasad, away!
Sorry about that. I'm back. Not gonna be on much longer, although depending on if you're still on.
Happening to
Run
Athelia?
to the supermarket quick.
Ophelia has become
But you should be able to join.
something else.
It's like 1:30 in the morning
Abolisher
for me.
is depleted, but it did its job.
Yeah.
The loom.
Yeah, no, the whole Mirac thing.
I shall open an exit.
It's like, yeah, he pulled him because he was about to fucking die. But, I mean, you really look into the shit, and, like, the whole Last Dragonborn prophecy was most likely made by Hermaeus Mora.
Well, I've got another thing with that, right? And like, it's only a theory, but it's probably a good running one. The theory of the Dragonborns. Alessia's pact with Akatosh was, you know, started with her, and it was finished by her descendant Martin, and he was the last Dragonborn at that time, right? But I think because we don't know enough about this, there's no information on it. But I think the pact that Akatosh made with Mirac was to kill Elderwing. So I think there's two different kinds of Dragonborns, right? Like, there's the one that carries in the blood that can wear the amulet, and there's the one that can eat souls. So I think we're dealing with Akatosh.
Yeah,
he's like New Testament, Old Testament sort of dude in certain times. He goes and helps Alessia because Alessia is a path to him to get the worship of his power back into Tamriel because they're all worshipping Daedra and shit. So he helps her. He says, you know, as long as your blood carries this and you worship in the 8 divines, this will protect you from Oblivion. At the same time, protects them all from Oblivion and keeps the influence out. So it keeps his
Good to see
worship
you,
base
comrade. Baragon's
stronger.
waiting for you in the relic room.
But the first Dragonborn, Mirac, I think he's given because he sent an Elderwing to probably destroy the world because Lorcan tricked him and fucking pissed him off. And the best way to use power bags for destroying the world, so it makes a dragon that can destroy the world. But Elderwing goes down and goes, "Fuck that! I'm gonna rule it." And then probably pisses him off, and he then gives a very powerful, ambitious dragon priest the ability to eat dragon souls. So he becomes the first. I wouldn't say he's Dragonborn, because I think you're meant to be born a dragon, you know? And then Mirak's like, yeah, what? Fuck that. I'll kill whatever dragons I want, but I want to rule. And say you're a young Nord dragon priest, already at the top of your thing, and people find out that you can then slay and kill dragons. Well, even if you're not, you're still a dragon priest. You're at the top of the echelon. You're going to have pussy flying at you. You're going to be drowned in that shit. Alright, this guy would have been absolutely swimming in it. Right? And I definitely think the last Dragonborn of Skyrim is a descendant of Mirak. Because I think Martin and Alessia's line died off with him. He completed her pact. And I think the Dragonborn of Skyrim is to complete Mirak's pact.
Hello,
Well,
friend.
don't forget,
Put the relics in the case, please.
not only is there no
But we
connection
shouldn't forget the... I'm not sure I want to keep those in
between
my house forever.
the three
That's good for
lineages of the Dragonborn empires.
Yeah.
And that's confirmed, mind you. But also, it's confirmed that just because you're the child of a Dragonborn,
But at least we
that doesn't mean that Akatosh is going to let you have the blood.
They're waiting for you.
You know, and especially, like, you're more likely to have the blood, but the soul is something that Akatosh has to bestow upon you. And not even at birth, but like...
I don't know if that's exactly true, right? Because his pact was with those that have your blood and that worship their divines. So that was his pact. You know, like, there is a ceremony that obviously that needs to take place for the dragonfires to be relit, and I think that happens before the Emperor dies. So if he's in his deathbed, obviously the son has to go and put the amulet on and do the fucking ceremony before. Because unless they're assassinated and fires just turn off, then you're in a bit of shit for like a couple hours. But I think anyone born of a septum or of the bloodline of Alessia can then wear the amulet. I'm not too sure it needs to be picked, at least for that. I don't believe that, because his pact was of your blood and worshipping of us.
Well, not necessarily, because there was one, I don't remember what the fuck it was, but there was one who was born, I believe it was of the Septum line, who tried to put on the amulet.
Has spoken at length about
they
you,
couldn't.
Enthralled me with tales of your
They were
exploits
not
on behalf of
meant to be
Westfield.
fucking
And to think you're not even a native
Plus,
of
you
Skindred
think about it,
Ashabar. I hope it
just
isn't
from
too late for
a
us to learn
logical
something from
standpoint,
your
if it was every child of every
It will not be
Dragonborn,
easy to overcome the distrust.
there would be
recollections
so many
between
fucking
Colovians
people
and
with the
Wells.
dragon blood.
But thanks to your
Absolutely.
How
valuable
many
defense of
episodes there would be, and how many...
convince my
It's
people
going to be
see
some
the
like full-on Game
opportunities
of Thrones shit. Everyone's a
not just
Targaryen
the
because they're just
threats.
out there.
Yeah,
rooting
no,
into them.
it's...
But that's kind of what they did with Oblivion Crisis. They made sure every bastard was killed off. That didn't necessarily.
But it was every bastard from one...
For my part, yes.
So,
Of
Yeah,
course, I
like-
must persuade some
it
nobles
was
and
all
landowners to
people
part with
who
abandoned estates they can no
could
longer
still
return to.
be crowned as
I want
emperor.
to see the new forest held
You know,
by
this isn't
allies
like
of
his
Skindred, not left empty
you
to
know, his
overrun by
third
monsters and
cousin's,
outlaws.
you know, fifth son. You know,
But I did think they wiped out the entire line of septums, including, you know, the princes. They were in their 50s or so. They would have had kids. They would have killed the kids and the princes, even their bastard children. Definitely because they didn't want to risk it. I mean, they didn't know who Martin was. They knew that there was a Dragonborn, you know, in the city, so they attacked it and tried to light it on fire. Because obviously, it would have been so easy to kill him. It would have been like a piece of piss. He's a priest. Oh, hello, priest. I need to confess some sins. Get close, dagger in the heart. I don't know how they would have found the other bastards, but missed that one. I have no idea. But I think like
I
that
spend a lot
plan
of
that
coin
Dagon
to
had.
buy land. And
I
with
think that plan he had
land,
was
I
definitely
secure
like
a treaty of
finding
cooperation
anybody of the
with
Dragon
our
blood and just
new
wiping them out.
neighbors. I
And I have another
thank
theory, right? Another quick theory.
Nantharian betrayed all we hold sacred, Count
You know how like
and he has paid for his crimes with his
Cameron's
life.
able to wear the Emerald
I
of
want
Kings?
no war with Vashabar.
yeah, he made himself Dragonborn with the fucking razor.
Well, I don't think he made himself Dragonborn with the razor, right? Because you can't physically turn yourself. You can't use Adric powers and Daedric artifacts. I think what he's done, right, because I'm going to be playing into this later on, which I've told you about, is that one of the princes was actually married to one of the Mythic Dawn cultists, and she killed him. So she could have actually used the razor on him, cut a piece of his soul with the dagger, given that blade back to Cameron, which could then slashed himself with it and imbued his own blood with the blood of the dragon, which was enabled him to then wear it. Because the dagger cannot make you a Dragonborn. It just cannot. But if you take a piece of a Dragonborn, you can then kind of mimic it and trick, that sort of thing.
Yeah, but there's no guarantee that they were the ability to shout Dragonborn. Well, Talos was. But
that's tomorrow's problem.
Like I said, there's no guarantee that his kids would also have the soul of a dragon.
But Prince Athelia still
Otherwise, if that was the case, you look at how many of the how many Dragonborn had the soul over the years. It's like if all their kids and all their kids, like there'd be so many fucking Dragonborn. It's like every single Nord and half of the other human races and even some of the fucking beast races, because they'd all be fucking Dragonborn.
Yeah, like, I don't think I think Martin's line was the blood, like I said, and I think Merrick's line was the soul, or at least had different abilities. Like I said, Alessia's more New Testament sort of Akatosh, and Mirak's very Old Testament sort of Akatosh. Because let's think about it, right? How many Septums would have died around other Septums? Like, you know, like your dad's Emperor and he passes away and you got to kiss him on the forehead. And all of a sudden you absorb the poor cunt's soul. It never happened. So I think they...
Yeah, no. I mean,
so I think their powers
even Kirkbright years ago. Yeah, no, even Kirkbright years ago. Which kind of puts aside the whole, you know, oh, the absorbing dragon souls and shit is a newer retcon. It's like, no. He's known this shit well before they did anything with Skyrim. He posted a long ass time ago that there is a difference between the Dragonborn Emperors and the dragon slaying dragon.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. That's why I full on believe that Alessia and Mirak's lines are very different. That's why I believe the Dragonborn is a descendant. And there would have been a few others, because I remember like stories of like Dragonborns killing dragons. I'm not too sure I've seen any stories on Dragonborns absorbing other Dragonborn soul, because like you got Riemann and Talos, they lived in the time of dragons. I mean, fucking Talos had one that helped him secure the Empire. It's a goddamn symbol of the modern day Empire. You know, the little thing we see when we start the game up. That's the red one.
Yeah, but he didn't. Yeah, but there was like only one dragon at the time. He didn't kill it.
Yeah, I mean, even he probably wouldn't be able to absorb its soul because it wasn't of his line, or because he was of Alessia's line, because he was able to wear the amulet. And of course, even...
Again, it was confirmed that there is no connection between the three. And he was a dragon, like a dragon-slaying dragon.
Even though they're depleted,
don't forget, he was able to shout.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the ones that wore the amulets would be able to shout too. I'm not too sure, like, that's the difference, because you've got the dragons, you're somewhat dragons, so you're able to learn their language. Because again, so could Riemann. But there were dragons around Riemann's time, and like plenty of them, exactly who were hunting him. But there was no stories of Riemann killing one and then absorbing its soul, because you definitely hear about it if Riemann killed a dragon that he... I don't know why they didn't do that. It would have been fucking cool to find out that Riemann was like a dragon slayer before he became the Emperor or some shit. And of course...
Yeah, no, in order to shout, you need the dragon soul.
That's more of a game.
Like, technically, any of... In lore, the only reason why the Dragonborn can shout effortlessly is because they share the soul of the dragon. They say that many times in the story. Like, the Greybeards mention it, the Blades mention it, Paarthurnax, Alduin, they all talk about the fact that it's because you have the dragon's soul.
Yes, you are a dragon. Like, your soul is a dragon's soul. But
yeah, so the Talos himself had it as well.
Yeah, but I think...
Which was confirmed by the Greybeards.
Yeah, like, he's 100% used, and he even had a school. Like, he put up a training school or some shit, and during his time for like people to learn the shouts. But I'm not too sure that, like, I think if you're a Dragonborn, regardless of whatever type you are, you still have the ability to shout. It's just your ability.
No, because the shout comes from their soul.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
It has nothing to do with their
I'm
blood.
pretty sure, dude. I'm pretty sure Alessia was shouting, because I'm pretty sure she summoned a storm. I've read somewhere she shouted.
Because she creates a kind.
Yeah, but I mean, again, she's a different kind of
Dragonborn.
dragon.
The whole thing is, yeah, but the whole thing about her praying to Kine, the whole thing about her summoning a storm, it wasn't because she was Dragonborn; it's because she prayed to Kine. Her own lover
Now that you have
was
the
Morehouse the
suppose I
Manbull,
must
literally
look
the
for
child of
instability.
Stein and Short.
This way, mortals.
You know, which is where the whole thing comes about, where it's like, fucking White Streak.
But it gets
debated
murky,
as
like
to whether or not he's. Huh?
It gets murky though, because the Dragon Soul and the Dragon Blood, right? But then Talos is able to wield both. He was able to wear them with the Kings, and he was able to also shout. So it kind of.
Yeah, well, if you've got the blood, you also got the soul. You know that's just a given.
Yeah, but it's like I said beforehand, like some Dragonborns are unique in the fact that they can either wear the Emblem of Kings or they can absorb a Dragon Soul. Because, like I said, man, this is just what I believe, and it just feels right because Miraak is Old Testament. I don't think he was born a Dragonborn. I think it was made one by Akatosh, so he could kill Alduin because Alduin wasn't doing what the fuck he was meant to be doing. And he gave the power to Miraak to absorb Dragon Souls, to kill him outright. Didn't go to plan. And by the time Alessia comes along, there's no dragons to really. Oh, there would have been dragons around her time. There really would have been. It was to keep.
What, Alicia?
Yeah, 100% there would have been dragons around. But that's the thing you don't hear about. Like, why the fuck were there dragons flying around Cyrodiil during her time? Anyway, her pact was to get rid of the forces of Oblivion so the worship of the Eight can return. But that's why I dead set believe that the last Dragonborn is an heir of Miraak.
Lazarus sucked them right in.
I mean, he could be, but
we were
that leaves
Lazarus and me. We heard
what is it, 4,000 or 5,000 years of a line? It's like, why is there no?
Never seen the like.
You would think you'd be able to follow that line of Dragonborn the entire fucking time.
I don't know, man, because the Dragon. Think about position as the Dragon Priest. You're at the top of the food chain, and women, they want to be safe and secure. Top of the food chain is a very good place to be. They probably didn't know that the Dragonborn thing was passed on into the children. And if they would have found out, they probably would have kept that hush-hush, especially when the dragon cult was starting to finish. Because what happens when you find out that one of the children has the soul of a dragon, and they've just killed the dragons? That child's going to be 100% sacrificed. Fucking easy. And again, his pact was different than Alessia's, so I don't think they would have been able to even wear the Emblem of Kings. I really don't believe it. Because like I said, the pact was, those of your blood, and you worship the Eight. Even if the Dragonborn of Miraak put them on, it'd fall off because it wasn't of Alessia's blood. It was made with her. So, and again, like I said, bastard children. I mean, if I was Miraak and I was the Dragon Priest and I was Dragonborn, I would have been just harpooning every bird I could find. Even though that's a pervy 40-year-old thing to say, apparently. So he would have had a few lasses out there and a few kids. And again, the last thing you want people finding out is that your kid, if the dragon cult's just fallen, was the son of a dragon priest and it potentially has the dragon soul. And the last thing you want is people knowing that your kid has the soul or the powers of a dragon, because the people that just killed them all off or scattered their entire empire, they're not going to take too kindly to that. See, I really, honestly, I believe, because, like it's like Martin completes the Pact of Alessia, keep the forces of Oblivion out. And he does exactly that. He has some sort of permanent, soft shield around Mundus. And you, the last Dragonborn, you complete the pact that was made with Miraak by finally killing Alduin. And he goes back up and fucking whatever happens to that. It just feels like prophecy, like the Elder Scrolls games are obviously prophecy.
It's possible. It's definitely possible. But then once you start going into, the old lore from, the Dawn era and try to piece it together, it just gets so fucking complicated.
Yeah, of course.
And you realize that fucking Akatosh really is fucking crazy.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Old Testament, New Testament. By the time.
Yeah, no, there's got to be because a lot of people consider that to be the greater Akka spirit, right? And then you've got Oriel, which is beginning of time. You got Akatosh in the middle, and Alduin representing the end.
But carefully, very.
And it's especially when you start going into piecing together what actually happened during the Dawn era. Because believe me, oh my god, Just to get a fucking base understanding took me like 10 fucking years to piece this shit together.
In the threads of fate
It's really fucking complicated.
fabric of
I will
reality
not go that
itself.
deep into it. Like, I'd spend like
Oh,
trying to learn
it's insane. I mean,
Saying that before
I do have a
returned to
base
get you an
understanding,
Aramil, I
right?
examined a number of these
Like,
instabilities.
you have the fact that
Some
like
in
all the
Telvanni
continents were
Peninsula,
one
even a few
in the beginning.
If they
You know,
all
you
go
had
to these
the
reality tears, well, we're all doomed is an understatement.
the first batch of the Elnathay
Now
came
you get my
down.
expertise?
They came down together. They became the elves
We only
eventually.
detected these instabilities
But then
because
you
of
had the
their
next
effect
group,
on nearby threads of
which were
fate.
all scattered
And that
and became the
reality
wandering
tear, if I
Elderfey,
didn't
which
have
were
all
the
my
humans.
eyes on it, I wouldn't even know it was there. This is
The
to
fucking
make sure we can
the elves
fix
looked at them after building a
best
city,
chance is to find Athelia and return her
going
to
off
her
like their
prison.
memory
And
of
you have
like
the relics to do it. We just
their
Here,
shared fever
I've marked
dreams
your
of their
map.
fucking
Take a ball share to
homeland
the
that just doesn't
Telvanni
exist,
Peninsula. The
that they
land-
still fucking talk about.
Gadain,
They decide to go and basically kill all the fucking
when you have restored the relics.
reason for drink. Kill all the wandering Elnathay and basically take over these new lands, because at this point you had Trinimac, who fucking betrayed Shore and told and basically lied to Oriel and said, hey, Shore betrayed you people, you trapped here, you lost all your power, you know, all this shit, which caused the fucking war to happen. You had shit like fucking what's it called? One of the I forget if it was Stoon or Soon, but he originally was on like the Elven side, like Oriel's side, but then he eventually swapped over because he realized that they were being lied to. You know, you had Kyne basically take a chunk of the Wandering Elderfey, and on top of the third of the world, made them the like Proto-Edmorans, the Proto-Nords, because they were basically meant to be super soldiers, essentially, for Shore's army. Because by this point, the Divines could still like walk among the mortal plane. So what happened was that the Nords themselves were made on top of the third of the world. They had their armor and shit made at the Skyforge, which was made by what the fuck's his name? The smith, the one who the god of like the physical materials. I can't remember. Zenithar.
Yeah.
He made the Skyforge using like the same magics that made the world as a whole, which is why the Skyforge has the fucking statue of the Hawk. And it's why the Snow Elves later are terrified of the Skyforge and refuse to go anywhere near it. They were outfitted there, traveled north to what the elves called the Elderwood, which was at Mora. After they wiped out the elves there, that's when Shore basically separated the landmasses. But that's when Trinimac officially betrayed Shore. You know, they cut out his heart. Oriel shot it across the sky, which created Red Mountain. And Boethia, who was fucking pissed about this shit, she's like, you know what? You see this shit as lies and deceit. It's like, all right, I will show you lies and deceit. So she ate Trinimac, spoke with his own words, and revealed the truth to Oriel, which is where I consider like the first real break to happen. And like he went from being like the elven Oriel, you know, born your existence, born, you know, your bullshit, and became the Tosh that like Saint Alicia knows, where it's, you know, he's the like the protector of man.
Strange things, but after everything that happened in
Because there's a lot of shit to it when it comes to the Dawn. It's really fucking confusing.
Yeah,
like the whole you know, like he created Alduin to devour the world,
apparently the workers in
so they'd be set free, but he also made the dragons
side of the lumber camp.
to punish both the what are now the Morans because they're short super soldiers.
After everything.
But then you have the unknown bit as to why dragons were also in Akavir, which I think they were also like an element of some kind of super soldier, but there's so little about them that we actually know.
Yeah, it's like what I also realize is that the Divines and the Daedric Princes are actually like the same sort of spirit. It's just one that lost its power and one that kept it.
Yeah, it's just whether or not they helped made the world or they did.
Yeah, and like mortals are somewhat Daedric in the divine way, because you've even got your own.
Wildburn was not
What's that?
kind to this
I
place.
keep saying it all the
Let's
time,
locate the shrine, but remain
a true
vigilant.
name, like if your parents will name you whatever the fuck they want, but if the very being of what you are, if someone was able to discover that name, they'd be able to control your soul.
Yeah, but that kind of goes into like the Godhead and the fucking that you all like everything exists within a dream, and it's that gets into like the weirdest of fucking Kirkbride shit.
Yeah, he does some cool stuff, but that's more like not Kirkbride. Cameron's is it fucking whatever his name is. He goes, "This realm is only another Daedric prince of the realm of the Prince Shore," and that sort of shit. And
yeah, but that's bullshit though. You know, I mean,
it very well could be the Divines. It's like it's a collective of like 4, no, was it like 8, well, possibly more, of those spirits that created Mundus. And this is like
there were. What was it? It was actually something like 12. Well, because don't forget, Shore and Sue, who are both dead gods who aren't worshipped as far as the 8 Vines go. Because don't forget, you had the Imperialized 8 Divines are like bastardized versions of mixing the Elven viewpoint of their gods, of the Divines, as well as the Nordic. Which is why I say, like, Torbjorn, he doesn't follow the bastardized. He doesn't follow Kinnereth. Like, he follows Khan. You know, he doesn't worship the Elven versions or the, you know, which is why he would still go to Sovngarde, because he still worships Shore. You know, the Sovngarde isn't something that like the Imperials recognize or anything like that. It's like, yeah, the old like totem gods, they're, you know, but they're still the same gods. It's just before they were represented as animals, which they still are to this day. But it's now they have a more modern name to them, at least as far as the Nordic view.
You've also got one of the Ilothays, what are they called? Mundus? No, fuck this planet. What's that fucking staff? Magnus, that's the one.
Yeah, so Magnus was the first motherfucker to flee. Which is why he created the sun. So he, a ton of the, like, Daedric spirits, basically, like the, you know, basically all of them, or at least a massive fuck ton of them, were all started to help make the world, but it's them fleeing the plane of existence that made the stars. Because he was the first one, he made the biggest one. You know, and you got Peridia, that obnoxious bitch. She is, even amongst Elven standards, she is considered to be partially Aedra.
Yeah.
Because she did sacrifice a lot of her power, but she still left at the end. But that's where you have, like, the whole complexity of, like, well, the High Elves still worship Trinimac. Even though Trinimac became Malakath when Boethia shat him out. You know, and make the orcs. You know, but then you have Arkay, who seems to be like a mixture between Oki, which is basically Malakath, and I forget what the fuck this was. It seemed like a mixture between like Malakath. treat some fucking other one. But it's like the imperialized ones make no fucking sense. And it really, it's like I really hate the fucking imperialized divines because they just Alesia just fucking combine the shit of the two to try to get them to have some kind of compromise.
Yeah.
But it's because of that. It's like you're ignoring some of the most important of the divines that help create the world and safeguard, humanity. But you're also partially worshiping some of the fucking Daedra.
That's
and
I mean, like, that's why I like Meridia. I mean, this isn't even canon, but there's this cool last fucking thing I really liked reading. It was a fan thing. It was like Meridia was the only Daedric prince that could like have her Daedra like give life and shit. It was well and truly over the top and would make no sense at all. But it was kind of cool that someone actually fuck me, these might be these things. That someone actually made the story like where her Daedra could repopulate and give birth and make her more powerful. While the more life her Daedra had, the more life they created, the more powerful she got. And being somewhat of a Daedric prince and also part of the Aedra, in a way, makes it kind of special in that way. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, she could have greater power on the mortal plane, like as far as because the Aedra are the only ones that can create life. It's the Daedra who have to even just create anything. Like the Daedra can't actually create anything. Like, their realms are just extensions of themselves. But everything else they have to take and alter from somewhere else. It's like it's only the divines, because they sacrifice so much of their power, that they can make anything. So I mean, the fact that she sacrificed a lot of her power, even though she ran to Daddy Magnus's realm, was begging for some fucking power. It's possible that she has some kind of like life making ability, especially since she hates the fucking dead. That's what she does.
Yeah, I always thought it was like an affront because she hated undead magic and knowledge balls like rivals. I've always even thought about that with Cecilia, right? Like, because I don't know if I've given it away, like what's happened, but in the story, Ragni's gone to save Centauros by turning him into, a first-generation vampire. And in Meridia's eyes, that's an ultimate betrayal from her champion. And so she's taken the sword as soon as...
I'm getting a phone call here. I think I'm gonna have to head out. Shit on my phone. Yeah, we'll talk more about this later.
Roger. Healing fucking... Hey. Wait, what the... How far do I gotta go? Oh my god. these big bastards. Whatever the hell they are. Look like something out of Cold Armor. Azura's Shrine. Well, look at that. Carved into a mountain.
The Shrine of Azura. Hold the lamp close, and let's see if this works. The Lamp of Clarity looks restored to me.
That was a lot of bloody work. That was a lot of bloody work to get here. Oh, a boss fight. Dude, am I meant to be like fighting a boss here? Give it a go. Ayleid Refuge Settlement. Where did my companion go? She just didn't, you know, quest is done, she just fucks off. I gotta repair my shit. No. Damn it. She does look a little bit different on the other side, doesn't she? It's a bit more dwarven or meridian in a way. Well, I might end it here for the night because it's friggin' 2 AM in the morning. I hope someone has enjoyed this, and even the ramblings between me and Mando. Especially on the Mythkera, because that's a lot of stuff I don't know about. And here I am writing Skyrim stories. Other than that, I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I think it might be beneficial for me to hit the sack. And, yeah, good night, have a good one. Catch us in another video.